They went for the bomb.
1-on-1. Stewart wears one, McKnight wears one. McKnight runs a 4.2940, but Stewart was right with him.
Stayed right with him is right. Stewart picked one off before the first half. Now Derek McGahee comes in, and they'll go with a 2 deep as McGahee and Jermaine Wagner are in the secondary. The corners on here on the right side, Ruben Monroe. Harold Brister is on the left side. Stewart goes out after that play. And Cherry is the lone setback with 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. On the second down play, back to pass again. Getting some pressure, a little swing pass. Cherry has it at the 10. Slips goes down at the 16, pinned over there by Harold Brister.
Well, we said the rain wouldn't affect the field, but it does. He tried to cut too sharply there on that artificial surface, and the rain falling, Cherry lost his footing there, and that was a break for IUP, although I think they would have tackled him shortly. He only gained about 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 8. And if the IUP defense can hold again, it would be large.
Absolutely, terrifically large. They'll line up with a slot man on the left side, and that is Maurice Jones. McKnight is to the left, and Boslow is out there to the right. With just 1 setback on a 3rd down play. Back to pass, setting up, has time, gets the rush, throws the pass, and it's caught. And it's going to be a 1st down at the 26-yard line. Stewart put the hit on him first of all. Lewis Choice in there. James McKnight made the catch. And credit Wildman, he stuck in there. He got some pretty good pressure.
Yeah, IUP used a stunt trying to get to him. But a great catch by McKnight. Extended. He took a heavy hit, but he held on to the football.
Callahan got up slowly, but he remains in there. Now we get a defensive change as Troy Wilson from Kiski area checks in, and Callahan shaken up a little bit, jogs off the field. Up front, Troy Wilson, Isaac Field, the outside linebacker, Eric Cook, the down lineman. The nose guard is Jeff Turnage.
Neither team has been able to get to the quarterback this afternoon that we can recall.
That's right. No sacks in the game today. Just a lone setback. Slot right formation. Fields almost offside. Now the flag is thrown. This looks like a free play, and it goes over to Cherry. He slips, almost goes down. I lose 1 man, then Ike comes back and makes the tackle at the 24, but Fields was offside.
Yeah, I thought he got back, Jack, but the flag flew, and that will hurt IUP. Sponsors of IUP football include Coca-Cola, Always Coke, Sheets, where the MTO rolls and baked goods are baked fresh daily, and Cellular One, clear across Pennsylvania and clear across America.
So the flag returned to the official, and Coach Signetti, who's put on the rain jacket now for the second half of play, extending his arms out like, you know, what'd we do on that one? It's against IUP, a 5-yard penalty, moves the ball out to the 31 of the Flames. 7-4 last year, averaging 24.6 a game, and beating Concord 37-3, Appalachia State 20-14, and Southwest Texas State beat them down there last weekend 17-14. 2 receivers to the right.
As Wildman came out of the huddle, Jack, he's still talking to his team. I think he changed his play on the way to the line of scrimmage.
Boslow goes in motion, far side, 1st and 5, setting, throwing to midfield. It's for McKnight. It's knocked away by Stewart, and he did it again at the 35. John Stewart makes another great play.
Terrific play by Stewart, because I tell you, Wildman has thrown some good passes. They're trying to get McKnight, their fly guy, on the outside for an electrifying play. He's done it twice this season on long bombs for Liberty to help them propel themselves to a 3-0 record, but IUP Stewart has gotten a hand in the way.
I said the matchup today would be Wildman testing the young secondary of IUP. So far, IUP has passed the test. We have 6:41 to go. In the 3rd quarter, IUP leads by a 16-7 count. McKnight again wide to the right. The slot man is Jones. Boslow in motion. Stops. The give is to the tailback. It's Thomas. Thomas across the 35. It gets to the 40. Bounces out. They didn't make the tackle. Spins around. Goes to the 42-yard line. And a great run by Scott Thomas. And finally, Andre Hilliard made the tackle.
Well, Lewis Choice hit him, and I just assumed he went down, but he did a somersault in the air and landed on his feet.
Yes, he did. He stayed in there beautifully. He never hit the ground. Knee never hit the ground. And Thomas brings them out for a 1st down. So Liberty moving the football. This drive started at 8:45 at their own 15. They have had it for a little more than 2 minutes, and they're just shy of their own 47. You can see the double hash marks down there. They moved them in this year for college football. 12,000 seats stadium here, Liberty University. Slot right formation with a lone setback and a receiver to the left side. Wildman has time. He swings it over here. The ball is juggled, caught, and bounced down by Mike Callahan at the 47, and the receiver was Scott Thomas.
Troy Wilson also in on the tackle, and IUP defends that one well.
And Andre Hilliard came over to help out too.
Gained about a yard, Jack, to the 47. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 5:50 to go, third quarter. IUP leads at 16-7 over Liberty University here in Lynchburg, Virginia. All the action on 1160 WCCS in Homer City.
Dwayne Carswell, the tight end, is on the right side. Always have to be aware of him. Maurice Jones comes to the left. Boslow's the slot on the right, and McKnight far to the right side with a lone setback. 4 down linemen back to pass, giving on the draw, but not this time. Thomas being grabbed right down around the ankles. It's Ike Fields who got him.
Fields came in there quickly, and the draw did not work as Callahan rejoins his teammates. It'll be a 3rd down situation and long for Liberty, and it'll be up to the IUP defense to stop the passing of Wildman as Wilson goes out. Line of scrimmage to 45, a loss of 2 on the play, 3rd and 11.
Wildman to the sideline. Senior who hasn't played much before this from Ocala, Florida. 41 for 63 on the year, 65 completion percentage.
Need to get some heat on the quarterback. If not a sack, at least a hurry.
4 down linemen for IUP. Slot right with an eye back, with a lone setback, I should say. And there's a marker. Wildman over the middle to the tight end, knocked away by Andre Hilliard. He was covered beautifully by Hilliard and Choice. What's the flag?
I don't know if it's against IUP for offside. I didn't see anything like that. The headlinesman has the call.
Maybe illegal motion on the offense. I don't know.
IUP will decline it. Yes,
it's against Liberty.
If it's a play, a lot of times they stop the clock, so they're going to decline that and force a 4th down.
Right.
I see associate head coach Tom Rogish over there indicating decline it, of course.
So Mike Woods and Mario Hardison go back to receive for IUP. Receiving the punt here, Hardison 15.7 on the return, and it'll be the kicker coming in again, Colvard. Eric Colvard, and he's a good kicker. He's had some pretty good ones today. His longest this year, 57. They respect him. They're back at the 10, Woods and Hardison. The clock up there at 4:44 in the 3rd period. Here's the snap. It is a good one. A lot of time for Colvard, and he booms it high. Towering kick. Fair catch. Fair catch. Woods lets it go, and it bounces at the 3 into the end zone. And so we have the score 16-7 here. We'll hang on. IUP leading Liberty University at 4:35 to go in the 3rd period. We'll be at Lock Haven next week. IUP game day beginning at 1 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 1:30. We also, of course, will start the PSAC games next week.
Well, IUP knew they had to crank it up a notch going against a 1AA opponent, and they have done it thus far. 4:35 to go. Liberty scored the first touchdown of the ball game. IUP has scored the next 16 points. IUP by 9.
The hammer, Chris Sledge, out over the football. Cam Polo has a touchdown today, the fullback. The tailback is Michael Mann. And he jukes his way up to about the 23 for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 to go. He got by the initial player up there in Clark.
Manson Clark got a hand on him, though, Jack. He tried to stutter step his way through there. He has some great moves, as you know. And if you haven't seen Michael Mann, you better get out to George P. Miller Stadium for the last 3 home games.
I like to know where they've been for 3.5 years. This kid can play, and he has been he's just a great young man. And he, of course, gives a lot of credit to the people up front. Out of the I formation, receivers left and right, 2nd and about 8. The fake to Michael, pump faking. Woods going long. He's wide open to pass. Oh, just out of the outstretched arms and incomplete. And Derek Smith almost had another big one.
I think it touched his fingertips, but that could have been a touchdown or certainly about a 60-yard gain as the defender fell down and Derek Smith was all alone down that far sideline.
The rain, it is still raining. I'm trying to look through the glasses here to see how heavily it's coming down, but a light rain falling, and we've had that most of this football game. So now a big play coming up on 3rd down at their own 22. IUP needs 8 yards for the 1st down with a lead here of 16-7, 3:52 to go, 3rd period. Slot right, Derek Smith is in the slot. Jamone Smith is to the right. Scott Woods drops back to pass, throws a little swing pass in and out of the hands of Michael, and he just can't hang on to it.
It was a little too high for him to catch. And that hurt because it's 3 and out for IUP with 3:46 in the 3rd quarter. IUP unable to move the sticks, and it'll be punt formation for IUP as John McGee comes in. Averages around 40 yards a punt.
And Maurice Jones goes back to receive in single safety. They've got everybody up front. And here they come. And McGee gets it out of there. And he kicks it high and deep. Beautiful kick, driving Jones back, going back, and he hauls it in at the 27. He doesn't move anywhere. He stands there, and they wrap him up at the 28-yard line. He just had nowhere to go. He was outnumbered. I think it was pretty smart. He was outnumbered like 1-5.
Yeah. He was waiting for IUP to make some bad moves, but they had him cornered.
Ike Field still down for IUP. I don't know if he's all right. And about 5 players on the coverage. And we also saw the long snapper, Robert Ling, make the tackle. So Liberty gets the ball at their 24. After the punt by John McGee. And the ball at the 20, let me make a correction, it's at the 29-yard line. 29-yard line instead of the 24. 1st and 10, same setup. Stopping, popping, throwing, and it is going to be caught. Short gain. Harold Brister made the hit on Maurice Jones, who had to come back for the ball.
Good coverage by the IUP secondary, forcing the flat pass out there, and a good play by Brister. Short gain on the play from the 24 to the 29 to the 34. 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. You'd love to see IUP get a sack here, but nobody's getting to either quarterback.
No, they're not. That's right, they aren't. So that's a credit to the offensive lines, both sides. That kick by McGee, 49 yards and just a 1-yard return. The lone setback behind the quarterback is Adrian Cherry, dropping back to pass, coming from behind, and Ike Fields had a shot but couldn't get him, and the pass is going to be caught at the IUP 49-yard line. Maybe a roughing the passer here against Ike Fields.
Yeah.
Jones with a reception at the 49 of IUP. Ike Fields with backside pressure. He's got his helmet off now, pleading his case. John Stewart coming up to settle him down. Ike, a very animated type player. But wait a minute, is it going the other way?
Yeah. I thought he was complaining, but the IUP coaches were applauding over here, holding the call, I guess, on Fields. That's what he I think maybe he was pleading his case, but then he got the call anyhow.
That's what he was doing. We took the helmet off, like, you know, they were holding, and they called it. Boy, that is a huge break. Back to the 20-yard line, holding against Liberty, the Flames. That ball would have been at midfield.
Exactly. So it's 2nd and long instead of 1st down and 10, deep in their own territory. They have to go to the 39-yard line, 2nd down and 19 for Liberty.
Difference there of some 30 yards. Where it would have been and where it is at the 20. 2nd down play. Cherry is the lone setback. Slot left formation. Back to pass is Wildman. He's in the pocket. He throws it out here. Leaping attempt, and it is picked off by IUP. It's Harold Brister, and he's got it to the 28 after the deflection. I'm not sure who got it first. Hilliard was in the area.
I think the receiver hit it and went into the air.
Yeah, Jones was up there, and Jones did have his hands on it, and Harold gets his 2nd interception of the year. And what can you say about this secondary? They have done it all today. And IUP has the ball at the 29-yard line of Liberty with 2:17 to go. Harold Brister from York, Pennsylvania. He had a big one earlier this year. 29-yard line. Let's see if IUP can put it in. They lead at 16-7. Double tight end formation. With a lone setback, you know who that is. Michael, and he is hit by Dion Krause and dropped for a loss back at the 33, a loss of 4. He had no blocking, and Krause just split the gap, shot the gap, and made the play.
This game still has a long way to go. We're down to 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, but IUP leads at 16-7. They'd love to get a touchdown on this possession, Jack, because they have a 9-point lead. They could get it out to a 3-score advantage with a touchdown here.
Well, let's see if he might go for a long one on a 2nd down play and 13 to go. Out of the I formation, receivers left and right. He fakes, back to pass. Here's the little pass, and he just threw it away. And the pressure was really on, right on. The man was Kelvin Cochran. Cochran all over, draped all over Scott Woods. He had absolutely no chance.
Well, on the screen pass, you want to let the lineman in, but you got to check him a little bit. And the screen didn't have a chance to form. Mario Hardison was in the lineup to the right. I thought they might try to go to him, but they went screen left. It's 3rd down and about 13 to go for IUP at the 32-yard line.
Hardison goes out, replaced by Derek Smith. Jamon Smith to the left. Tight end tight. Right side is Theo Turner with Campolo in man. Back to pass. Looking Woods over the middle. Caught by Jamone at the 20. He gets loose at the 15. 10-5, and he's at the 3-yard line. First and goal for IUP. And Scott Woods back here at midfield was shaken up. He's assisted by his lineman Valario. Woods, he's all right. And it's goal to go for IUP to Jamone Smith with 1:28 to go in the third period.
Jamone almost took it in, but he made the catch. He made a move, and there was no one there, and he took it down. First and goal for IUP. Huge play from the 32. The ball is marked at the 4-yard line. They have it on the board there. We'll check it through the glasses to see. Yeah, we'll call it the 3-yard line, really.
29-yard play out of the wishbone formation. Here's the quarterback, Scott Woods, giving it to Dan Glass. Bounces outside, tripped up, got to about the 3.
Yeah, he didn't get anything. He went laterally. He needed a step.
And Kraus pinned him after he was hit. And Watkins came over to make the stop on him. IUP trying to punch it in at the 3-yard line here after the big play from Scott Woods to Jamone Smith. Second and goal, 16-7 IUP. They'll line up out of the power eye formation this time. No, it looks more like a stack eye. The middle man, Campolo, he pushes into the end zone, and Campy's got another one for a touchdown. Great offensive movement by the line, and IUP scores again here in the third period. It's 22-7.
Fantastic. Campolo put his head down the right side of the line, just moved the defense into the end zone, and Campolo took it in.
Mike Campolo in short yardage situations and diving over the top has been just tremendous this year. He played down at Kiski for Chuck Klausing, the Hall of Fame coach, and that's 5 touchdowns on the year for Campolo. And here is Michael Geary out of McGee's hold, and the kick is up there, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. It's 23-7 IUP, and we'll be back with more IUP football in 1160 after this.
There are hundreds of ways to say IUP proud, and the Co-op store has them all. Located in the Student Union, the Co-op has been serving the IUP community for over 50 years with the world's largest selection of IUP memorabilia, as well as a complete supply of gift items, textbooks, and classroom supplies. Equally important, all profits are returned to IUP student activities. The IUP Co-op store, where your dollars work for you.
The deflected interception by Brister set up the short drive of 29 yards, and Campolo takes it in from 3 yards out, and IUP has sprung to a 23-7 lead over Liberty University here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Still a whole quarter to go and 35 seconds of this one.
All right, and so we are breathing heavily here near the end of the third period, and it's not over yet. We still got a quarter to go, and Michael Geary will be kicking off to again James, and I think Matt Council. Yes, he is back there, and here's the kick. This is going to be short, but it's going to be tough to field. It'll be fielded by Thomas at the 15-20. He is hit, cracked down, and he goes down at the 26-yard line, and McCartney was over there to make the stop for IUP. And I'll tell you who else was over there. Yeah, that was McCartney who made the hit. Great hit. So it'll be Liberty with just 30 seconds to go in the third period, and they've got to do some regrouping, and Wildman remains at quarterback.
That's interesting. Coach Sam Rutigliano told us that he's trying to find a quarterback, but he thought he might go with one the whole game. And Wildman's been the man, the 5th-year senior.
Liberty Division 1AA, number 15 in the country. We've got a lone setback, 2 receivers to the left, 4 down linemen. Back to pass is Wildman. Wildman looking, throws it out here, and it is going to be hauled in by Jones at the 40. Looked like nobody was going to get that, and he's in no man's land. Jermaine Wagner's in a bad spot. Yeah, he is in their bench.
Yeah, he took him out of bounds with a head-high tackle, and I think some of the fans wanted face mask, but you can tackle around the headgear just so you don't get the front part, which is the face mask.
Maurice Jones showing good hands today. 12 receptions coming in, a 16.3 average, and a couple of touchdowns. And Travis Wildman will send McKnight to the right. Jones is the slot right. And Boslow is out here to the left side. Played at Central High School in Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania. He goes in motion far right. Snap to the quarterback. He sets. He's being rushed. Fields rushes. He gets away. Now throws the pass. Comebacker incomplete. And Wildman took a shot, and he goes down at the 40 after the pass.
He has quick feet. First, Fields leaped to try and block the fake pass, and then he got back on his feet and chased him. He pirouetted around it, Wildman. He underthrew his intended receiver. Pretty good pressure by IUP, and credit the secondary with covering the receivers.
One of the guys that is out today is freshman Mike Marshall, the big ex-Marine, and he would be able to add some pressure, but he has a knee problem, and he is not suited up today, so these guys are doing the job. And here we go with a second down play now at the 40-yard line. Trips to the right side, so IUP flows defensively to the right. Back to pass, Wildman. Fields puts pressure. Callahan hits him. Incomplete pass intended for the tight end, and Callahan put the quarterback on his back, and he's down.
Well, that's not a sack, but that's certainly a hurry.
A very good hurry. Yep, he gave him a pretty good kiss, and it'll be now third down coming up with 11 seconds to go in the third period. And IUP leading Liberty University 23-7.
Creech goes out. Choice in at linebacker for IUP.
It'll be Jones to the right, Boslow. Again, IUP wanting to keep them out of the big play. It's third down and 10. Ball is at the 40 of Liberty. 4 down linemen for IUP. Wildman back to pass. He's in the pocket. He has time. Now being rushed out of there. Wilson's after him. Fields is after him. He steps up. Throws the ball downfield. Incomplete, intended for Jones at the 30-yard line of IUP. He heard footsteps as Fields, Choice, they were all in there and putting pressure on the quarterback.
He threw a pretty good pass, and getting a hand on it, trying to make a circus catch at the near sideline, was Maurice Jones, one of his favorite targets. But with 2 seconds to go in the third quarter, Liberty will punt again.
Last play of the third quarter coming up. Mario Hardison, Mike Woods are back to receive. Between the 15 and 20-yard line, standing at his 27 to receive the snap, and it is a good one, is Colvard. He's a good kicker. He's got a low. This is not one of his better ones. It bounces and will be downed at the 21. So that's the end of the period, and we go to the fourth quarter with IUP leading Liberty University 23-7. We'll be back with IUP football in 60 seconds. 4 minutes of football from Liberty University, Liberty Stadium here in Lynchburg, and IUP leading at 23-7, and the secondary continuing to pass the test here, the freshman and sophomore secondary, but right now IUP gets the ball, and right now you've got Ray Goss. Ray?
Okay, Jack. Scott Woods hands off to Michael Mann, trying to follow his blocking, gets short yardage this time, only a couple yards to about the 22 from the original line of scrimmage. Dalverney trying to lead the way, but defensively in there to impede his progress. It was C.H. Christopher along with Damon Bomar. Again, out to the 22, second down and 8. Michael Mann had 102 yards in the first half. He doesn't have nearly 100 this half, but IUP has moved the ball nonetheless. Derek Smith to the right, Jamone Smith to the left. They split the backs, Danny Glass and Michael Mann. Scott Woods under Chris Sledge, the center, takes the snap, gives to Glass on a draw. He gets to the 25-yard line, a 3-yard pickup as he came up the middle, but he was not fooling number 48, and that is C.H. Christopher, a linebacker from Crossville, Tennessee, a sophomore, 6'1", 213-pounder. Glass goes out, and Chuck Wyatt is in. Passing situation for IUP, third down and 5 to go. In the first half, Scott Woods was 7 for 13 for 100 yards. He's hit some key third down passes to keep drives alive. Twins to the right, Jamone Smith and Derek are over there, Wyatt to the left. Passing situation, and back to throw, they blitz. Throwing to the recent man, incomplete. Sliding down at the 30 on the pass thrown behind him. They really put pressure on Woods, and all of a sudden, as Christopher has come alive, he was the one that got to him first. So IUP, it'll be 3 and out with 13:45 to go in the fourth quarter, and IUP leading 23-7. McGee will punt.
Scott Woods shaken up a little bit, but they escort him. Chris Sledge escorts him to the sidelines. Remember, backup quarterback Steve Russell, he could hand off, but not much more than that.
We saw him throwing gingerly in pregame. Maurice Jones back to receive. See if they put pressure on. They do not. A beautiful punt by McGee, hanging it up there. He'll take it at the 31. Will Jones running laterally, being chased to the near sideline, goes to the 35 and run out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Down there pursuing him was Ruben Monroe. And a flag, and IUP thinks it's against Liberty. It happens right in front of the Liberty bench long after the play. Tony False was over there along with Isaac Fields and Travis Matz right in front of the Liberty bench, and something happened, Jack, and I just saw a flag go up and IUP applauding, so let's wait for the call.
Well, there's no question Liberty's made some grievous mistakes here today. There it is, and I don't know what they did afterwards, but Jones ran out of real estate over here, and you know, speed can do so much for you. And Ruben Monroe just would not let Jones turn the corner. And then the flag, and this is going to take them all the way back. They've had terrible field position back to their 20.
It's a personal foul. IUP says thank you to these fine sponsors. Laurel Bank, people you can bank on. Luther Ford Sales, go with a winner. Go with Luther Ford in Homer City. And Tito Beverages, Indiana County's master distributor for Bud, Bud Light, Busch, and Michelob products. Well, Mann with 25 carries, 111 yards through 3 quarters as stats are handed to us. Here we go. Wildman is still in there at quarterback, or is he? No, new quarterback in there.
Childs.
Childs is in. He fires it complete to Cherry at the 20. And a good tackle by Stewart on the corner near the 27-yard line. But they finally go with their backup quarterback, the transfer, Antoine Childs. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 233-pounder from Lauderdale Lakes, Florida.
Well, he was a backup to Shane Matthews and came over here to Liberty. Wasn't going to play down there, apparently. And he's their quarterback of the future, and he is a big one. If he doesn't make it as a quarterback, he could probably make it as a linebacker.
Yeah, that's right. 2nd down and 3. No huddle offense. IUP may have jumped offside. They did. A free one as they're after Childs. He throws a release pass out to Cherry at the 20, on his feet at the 25, 30 down the sideline, slips a tackle, breaks another one, and is finally out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
He still isn't down.
And they want a flag against IUP on the sideline here, as Creech was over there along with Monroe. And the Liberty bench is really upset that IUP didn't get a flag for a late hit on the sideline. But the offside penalty will be refused, as they got more than that out to the 40-yard line. So Antoine Childs comes into the ball game trying to rally Liberty here in the 4th quarter, with IUP leading here in Lynchburg, Virginia, 23-7. Still 12:47 to go.
Still a lot of time remaining, as you mentioned, and how many times can you call upon the defense to make big plays? They've stopped them on the 4th down situations a couple of times, interceptions. Let's see what they can do here against Childs and company.
Boslow is far to the right, Twins to the left. IUP may have jumped offside again, and they did. And there's a long one over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Jones. But a 5-yard walk-off will occur, and was that Troy Wilson who jumped? Somebody up front.
Somebody up front. I noticed, I'm not sure who it was exactly. Wilson's on the other side. IUP is doing some heavy hitting in that secondary. This was one of the questions. How hard would Liberty hit? We know that IUP is a hitting team. Defensive left end is Todd Shimko. He's in there for Callahan, giving him a break. Sophomore out of Bethlehem. Here's the offside call against IUP.
Ike Fields went to the sideline momentarily. He's back in there. Callahan is out. 1st and 5 for the Flames of Liberty University on their home turf here in Lynchburg, Virginia. They trail IUP 23-7, 12:42 to go in the contest. Jeez. IUP almost jumped again. Back to throw, a lot of time. The release pass comes out to Cherry, has it at the 42, 45, 50, eludes a tackler, and has a first down in IUP territory near the 44-yard line.
Well, there's no question. Lewis Choice making the tackle, and John Stewart helping out on the play. No question that Childs has electrified the crowd. Those who have chosen to remain here, some of them have gone home. And also his teammates. Childs' teammates are picked up, and he is moving the team into IUP territory to 44, near the 44.
They come out of the huddle. Childs up under center with Twins to the right in Jones and McKnight. Boslow to the left. The draw goes to Cherry, has a hole, 45, around the 40-yard line, still slips a tackle and is down around the 38 before IUP tackles him.
Boy, he's tough to bring down.
He is indeed.
Cherry has 74 yards, Ray, coming into this 4th quarter on 17 carries.
Ruben Monroe in on the stop for IUP with help. And it's coming off the bottom for the Indians. Who's that, Shimko?
Shimko, 94. Total yardage coming into the 4th quarter, 276 IUP, 229 for Liberty.
Ball at the IUP 38-yard line. 2nd down and 4 to go for a first down. The draw again goes this time to the other back, and he gets a first down as Hilliard bombs him down, and that was Scott Thomas, the 5'6" running back, carrying it to the IUP 32-yard line.
I'm surprised that Liberty hasn't gone with a no-huddle offense that really bewildered the IUP defense last week. Westchester came back in the game, but right now they're just going with a regular huddle offense.
Tony False is in there, replacing Callahan. False, the two-way player, offense and defense. Back to throw. Childs, he throws a release pass out there and hit and knocked down as Isaac Fields hits him and takes down Scott Thomas after he was hit first. And then did he lose yardage on that? He did indeed. They're going to spot the ball back around the 34-yard line. A loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Clock can't move fast enough when you're ahead on the road against a tough team. 10:40 to go in the contest. IUP 23, Liberty 7.
Ray, this has been a drive of draws and screens.
Now Cherry is back in at the running back. Carswell's the big tight end to the right. And he moved a little. They got to call that.
Tight end move.
They didn't. He fires it over the middle, incomplete.
Oh.
No flag on that.
Jeez. Clearly, he never got back in his three-point stance.
No. But fortunately, incomplete. IUP would have declined it anyhow, Jack. 3rd and 12 at the 34-yard line. The defense has made the big play all day for IUP, and they're called on again here. If they can keep them off the board right here, I think spirits will sag a little bit at Liberty University.
Yeah, and Liberty still has the ball. 10:21 remaining. Big 3rd down play now.
The quarterback is the backup, Antoine Childs, highly touted. Twins right, single receiver left. Motion man Boslow comes to the right, so it ends up trips to the right. 3-man pattern. They're after him. They got him. Tony False has him. He throws it belatedly, but it'll be down. False gets the first sack of the afternoon for IUP.
Big play by Tony, going both ways today. He played tight end earlier in this game, and now from the right side. As you mentioned, Childs trying to get rid of the ball, but they said, nope, you're back here at the 42-yard line. Near the 42-yard line. Great play by Tony False.
9:54 to go in the game as Mike Woods and Mario Hardison are back to receive. Eric Colvert is the punter. And what did IUP do here? There's a timeout. IUP with 9:46 to go. Did they have enough people on the field? I don't know. 23-7 IUP leads it. Back after this.
During this decade of rapid change in the delivery of health care, the people of this region can continue to depend upon Lee Hospital for high-quality, caring, cost-effective medical services. Lee is committed to keeping pace with new technologies and methodologies in the prevention and treatment of illness. Through community education programs and state-of-the-art diagnostic, medical, and surgical services, as always, Lee is there for you and the people you love.
All right, we're back now, and we're going to have Colvert standing at his own 45-yard line in punt formation. IUP had to call its 2nd timeout. They have only 1 left because of, miscommunication there. Men on the field. Here we go.
Well, let's see if they run anything razzle-dazzle out of punt formation, Jack. They have 4th down, though, and about 19 to go. I doubt it. Colvert will punt it. Gets it off from about midfield, heads it toward the near sideline. IUP signals fair catch. It's bouncing at the 5-yard line. They're trying to chase it down. They can't do it. It goes into the end zone for the touchback. Did it?
No,
did they get it?
Oh, no, it got a touchback. You're right.
Oh,
It
yeah.
almost did. All right, well, we're going to hang on right here with IUP leading 23-7 and tell you a commitment to excellence. That's the goal of the IUP football program, and Luther Ford in Homer City is pleased to support that commitment. For every point IUP scores, Luther Ford has donated $7 to the IUP Business Scholarship Fund. And in '93, Luther Ford has made that commitment again. Thus far, IUP has scored 148 points. Luther Ford has donated $1,036 to the IUP Business Scholarship Fund. Committed to excellence, IUP and Luther Ford, Route 119 South, Homer City.
Well, the lights have been on for the whole ball game here at Liberty University Stadium in Lynchburg, Virginia. Overcast and raining on this artificial surface. Woods gives off the man. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and loses a couple. They know IUP is going to run on 1st down to try and run the clock a bit, and they're stacking against it. And Bobby Walker, a defensive lineman from Kissimmee, Florida, 6-foot senior, 264-pounder, made that stop. Loss of 2 for man.
Key here is obviously a couple of 1st downs, run down the clock. We have better than 9 minutes to go, 9:15 and ticking, and a 16-point IUP lead.
But I think you might have to pass the ball to move the sticks, and Scott McClellan is in his tight end to the left. Jamone is wide to the right, to the left. It is Derek Smith, split backs now. Scott Woods, the quarterback, takes a snap, back to throw, gets good protection. He throws the home run ball for Derek Smith into double coverage, and it's intercepted at the 50-yard line on a backpedaling catch by Shelton Lewis to give Liberty the ball with 8:51 to go.
Well, that was a wounded duck. That was a terrible pass by Scott Woods. Double coverage, and it just hung up there forever. You know, coming into the game, this team had only one interception for the whole team, and now Lewis picks this one off, and they've got terrific field position at the IUP 49-yard line.
IUP leads by 16. What does that mean? Well, they need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, or else somehow they need 3 scores, but still plenty of clock. 8:51 to go. Antoine Childs, the backup quarterback, in there, takes a snap, straight back. Fields is after him, but he slipped down. Now he moves up, and Childs is running the football. He spun around. He almost lost it, but he got it back, and he stumbles his way down to about the 43-yard line. The ball popped in the air, and Childs caught it.
That was just incredible how the ball was tipped away. It looked like a volleyball game for a while, and here's the no huddle, Ray.
6-yard pickup for Childs as he repositions his wideouts. He has McKnight and Jones to the left, Boslow to the right. 2nd down and 4. And back to throw. It is Childs. He steps up in a pocket. They're after him. He lost the football, or did he? Did he get it back? He tried to hand off.
He got it back. Is he ever making this series an adventure?
Oh, is he ever? But they got him down, and it'll be a sack for IUP as Eric Cook is in there. Turnage was there. He went down. He lost yardage back to the 48-yard line. They're going with a no huddle. They have 3rd down and 9.
IUP's got to get Creech off the field, and he gets out of there.
Childs looking over that defense. Remember, he's highly talented, but he's very inexperienced too. IUP wanting to put some pressure. Here they come again. And stepping up, Childs hot foots it to the sideline. Turnage is after him. He throws a release pass to the big guy, and the tight end has it inside the 40. Lost the football, Carswell, but after he was down, and he is close to a 1st down, Jack.
He surely is. He may have it. Let's see where they're going to mark it.
I think he does at the 38-yard line.
He was just the tight end who floated out to the right side near the sideline, and Childs getting away, eluding the tackle of the nose guard, Turnage. Now they're going to move the sticks in, and it's a 1st down.
At the IUP 38, 7:32 to go, 23-7 IUP leads it. Clock indicated to start moving.
Maybe that ball scored loose again here.
Yeah. Cherry, the only setback. Let's see if Childs hands off to him once. He's back to throw again. Fields got him. And down he goes at the 44-yard line. Ike has been close so many times that time he would not elude the grasp of Ike Fields, who came in and sacked him.
And Ray, he overpowered Seth Campbell, a 280-pound senior from Albany, New York, to get that sack.
A loss back to the 44 of 6 yards, 2nd down and 16. No huddle offense, under 7 and ticking, 6:55. IUP by 16. Here they come again. And they're after him. They've got him again, and down he goes. He ran into Tony False, who has his 2nd sack, as Fields chased him into False's grasp.
Tony False, and from Ike Fields. Ike Fields was so far outside here as an outside linebacker, you wonder if he was going to be in the play. But boy, great penetration by the defense. Tony False with a bad leg doing it all.
He's lost back to the 47-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 25 for Liberty University. 6:22 to go in the ball game. IUP looking better every moment, but they have to stop him again here. Back to throw again, Childs. He gets time this time. Throws deep over the middle. One-on-one coverage way too far. He's got a gun for an arm, but he overshot it that time as he tried to go to his top wide receiver, James McKnight, and they'll punt again. Eric Colvert back to kick, and how about the IUP coaching staff in the booth to our right? They're a little fired up.
I'm glad there's a partition glass in between, but they are really fired up, and they deserve to be so. The defensive coordinator, Bill DeTavio, upstairs here. Now 4th down with Colvard to kick to Woods and Hardison.
He stands back at his own 34-yard line, gets a snap. The punt is away, and it's a beauty. IUP may let it go. They signal for the fair catch, but it's going in the end zone on a fly. Can he boom him or what? Pause in the action. 6:02 to go. Back in 30 seconds.
I'm a recent graduate from IUP. And you know what? It was such a great experience. I'm going on for my master's degree.
If you're in high school looking for a university that will give you great options, in a community college looking to transfer to a university where there's a great faculty that will take a real interest in you, or if you're thinking about getting your master's or doctorate.
Take it from me, you'll like IUP.
Play back into pitch to man. He breaks it across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 37-yard line. One man to beat, and he goes all the way. Somehow he got to the outside, reminiscent of the big play he pulled off against Westchester last week to seal that one. He nearly went 80 yards. Michael Mann, well over 100 in the ball game.
Absolutely right. Michael last week had a 71-yard touchdown that sealed the victory. And, of course, there was a holding play earlier. We had the 92-yarder. His record is 93 yards set last year against Shippensburg. So he can do it all, and he still looks real fresh.
He had 111 yards through 3 quarters. That was a 19-yard pickup. First down and 10 at the 39-yard line. Out of the I set again. Guess who gets it? Michael Mann. Here he comes left. And this time he spun around behind the line, and down he goes at the 37. A flag on the play.
Maybe
usually where they call holding.
Yeah, it's right on the 35, Ray. Trying to, of course, break Michael. Trying to get him loose, and looks like it is. There it is. Illegal use of the hands.
And we'll take a 30-second break right now.
There are hundreds of ways to say IUP proud, and the Co-op store has them all. Located in the Student Union, the Co-op has been serving the IUP community for over 50 years with the world's largest selection of IUP memorabilia, as well as a complete supply of gift items, textbooks, and classroom supplies. Equally important, all profits are returned to IUP student activities. The IUP Co-op store, where your dollars work for you.
We have 5 minutes, 38 seconds remaining here at Liberty University Stadium, Lynchburg, Virginia. IUP trying to pull off one of its biggest wins in a while on 1160 WCCS Homer City. Ray?
Out of the I set, second down for IUP. Back to throw, a little screen out to the left. Goes to Michael Mann. Has some running room at the 30, 35, 40. Out of bounds at the near sideline around the 43-yard line. Good play call by IUP on second and long. He didn't get the first down, but he picked up some valuable yardage. Unfortunately, he had to go out of bounds when he was hit. It stops the clock with 5:20 to go in the contest. Jack Benedict will be heading down to the field shortly, and it's a long way down, Jack.
Well, I'll make it, that's for sure. And I'll tell you, it's, if we keep this up with the IUP offense, it's going to be a nice trip down there, and this will be a nice trip back home. This is a heck of a good football team we're playing here today. A number 15 team in the nation, one step up. It's not over yet.
At the 43, but looking better all the time. Third down for IUP. 7 yards to go for the first down. The pitch goes to man. They go with a reverse. And deep behind his own line is Derek Smith. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds. He'll be short of a first down, but he had to give about 15 yards. They went with a reverse. The razzle-dazzle play, trying to pick up the sticks. They didn't do it. 5:11 to go. The out-of-bounds play stops the clock. They'll have to punt.
Ray, we saw that play about 3 times 2 weeks ago. Didn't see it at all last week, but good play. It's keep the defense off balance.
Maurice Jones back to receive. McGee to punt. Ling to snap. They put 10 men on the line. They'll be coming after McGee, I do believe. Trying to get a big play here to get back in this. Pass from center is a bit low, but the kick is away, and it's a beauty. It hangs up there. Fair catch signal for and taken by Jones at his own 21-yard line. So with 5:05 to go in the ball game, IUP leads at 23-7. Back after this. Here we go from the 21-yard line. Liberty with the football. IUP jumping and flags down. IUP 2 men offside that time. They have a free one, and throwing the ball 900 yards down the field incomplete is the quarterback Childs. I know he has an arm, but
that's a line out of Bill Betz's book. 900 yards.
He went for it all.
Did he ever go for it all?
He may have set a world record throwing the football, but let's see, where do you release that? About the 12-yard line, hit about the IUP 25.
I tell you, does he ever? He's big and strong, and as we mentioned before, the thing that he doesn't have is experience, and he is going against a front 7 that's as good as you probably find in Division II.
4:58 to go in the game, 23-7. IUP leads it over to Liberty. A fresh wide receiver out to the left out there. That is Lance Duncan. And 1st and 5, he's back to throw again. Childs zips it, blocked. Who got that one? Was it Cook?
I think
Or
it was Wilson.
Troy Wilson. Blocked at the line of scrimmage. They always tell you, if you don't make good penetration, jump up in the air, and this time he did.
Ray, this is something the IUP defenses unfortunately haven't had in the last few years. Ed Kaczmarek was the big guy around 6'6" a few years ago. But with Wilson and the Fields, the way he gets in, Marshall, who's not dressed today, people like that, it's going to happen.
2nd and 5 at their own 26 for Liberty. They scored the first touchdown in the ball game. IUP has scored the next 23 points, and they lead it by 16 late. 4:53 to go. Did IUP jump again?
Yeah,
they sure did. It was Cook that time. Fires it over the middle and is almost intercepted. Wouldn't have counted. Brister can't hang on to it. This Childs has a gun for an arm.
Does he ever? I mean, he can just zip that thing. He threw that all the way across field, 30-some yards. That's a tough throw. But it was, I think, Eric Cook that jumped too quickly. They're just so anxious to get in there.
I think the other two, with a different quarterback, a different cadence in his call, they're not used to it yet, I guess, or he has a great cadence on the call to pull them offside. They're jumping. And 2 5-yard walk-offs equals 10. That should be a first down for Liberty University.
Well, this is certainly a disappointment to the VIP booth is to the left of us, and although they gave a lot of credit, I think, to IUP, but I love the sign that says, "We want the real Indiana." I think you got them.
Back to throw. It is Childs again. Looking in trouble. Releases out to Cherry. Too low. Underthrown at the 28-yard line.
Cook and Wilson again, Ray. Great pressure on the quarterback. Both guys right in on him.
IUP had no sacks in the first half, but Tony False has 2 himself this half, and we think they have at least 3 sacks in the ball game, IUP. Well, Fields has 1. That's right. So they have 3, maybe 4. From the 31-yard line, 2nd down and 10, looking better all the time for IUP, unless somehow they get on the board on a big play here and do an onside kick, and we've seen that before. So stay with us. 23-7, IUP over Liberty. Childs back to throw again. 4-man rush. Steps up in a pocket. Throws incomplete. He threw it on a bounce. Well, Wildman, he was on the money more than this Childs. He's got a gun for an arm, but it looks like some Ryan Duran fastballs hitting the backstop.
Very erratic. That reminded me of baseball on the artificial surface when the shortstop tries to skip it on one hop to the first baseman.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Works in baseball, but not in football. 3rd down and 10 at the 31. Can't say enough about this IUP defense. Jack Benedict will be interviewing